This week on the pod, AJ and I bring back 6 Degrees, but with a horror twist. This is I Pierce the Toast. I'm Sean.
And I'm AJ. Let's make some toast.
Welcome back to I Pierce the Toast.
What the hell are you doing?
That's, it's Bela Lugosi. Cracking.
Okay. Alright. First of all, it's not I Pierce the Toast. You dumbass. It's IPT.
You're just Italian at this point. You're not vampiric.
Hey. Is it because of the garlic?
It is because of the garlic.
Okay. I love Italian food, though. I mean, we're going off topic for a second, but the other day I was like watching this YouTube video and I was like, man, I want to go to Italy and just eat all the food because I'm fat.
What video were you? You know what? No, why the fuck? No, I'm not entertaining this.
No. I'll tell you the video. It was a guy. He was eating like the it was two guys. They're friends. They were eating like the original Alfredo because Alfredo in America is not how they have it overseas.
Oh, what a shock! America fucked something up.
Yeah, because we put cream in our like Alfredo, but they don't do that over there. They just do pasta. What is it? I forget what that's actually called, but it's basically just like cheese and butter, and the way that they mix it like creates the cream sauce with a little bit of water. Oh, it's so good.
So I guess welcome to the new food pod. I don't fucking know how that happened. Before we kick things off, AJ and I, of course, would like to ask you all to please like, share, and subscribe, and let us know what you think in the comments. Sometimes we put polls and questions in the Spotify Schmooza What's It. Just check out the Spotify Schmooza What's It, and you might see a poll there. Like last week, I believe our poll was, who is your favorite killer clown, since AJ and I discussed that. So AJ, what are we doing this week?
Well, first of all, I want to tell you something really cool that I found out last night.
Is it about food?
No.
All right.
So, if you've listened to the past 2 episodes, I don't know why we keep doing it, but we keep talking about Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And I found out something really fucking cool last night. The guy that does Skeletor's voice, Skeletor, yeah. Do you know what his last name is?
Is it Oppenheimer?
It is.
Is
his
it really?
First name is Alan.
Wait, is he related?
Yes, he's the third cousin.
Oh, a third cousin.
Yeah, he's related.
Son or something.
I just thought it was really cool. I was like, what? Why does Oppenheimer keep coming up? I just thought it was really cool. There's really no news that I can really say right now, but this week...
Well, I do actually have some news. And I don't know why, because I'm not like subscribed to anything to tell me about what's going on with SAG-AFTRA.
So SAG Daily or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm not the SAG Daily. I'm not on the Daily SAG, but I keep somehow just coming across this news. So the latest that I heard, Drew Barrymore is... Well, okay then, Joe. Joe is a big supporter of the WGA. Drew Barrymore apparently is going to try to continue her show without writers. And I guess somebody kind of compared this to like news programs that are going to try to continue without writers, but that's technically, if you're a writer for a news program, it falls more under journalism, and it's a different union for those like writers and producers. And Drew Barrymore is trying to somehow contend that she is maybe like a journalist of some kind.
But her show is like a sitcom, is it not?
Well, and that's the problem, and that's the comparison that Under the Desk News made. Under the Desk News kind of suggested, well, the program that she's kind of referring to that is doing what the format that she thinks she can do and not have to hire any writers is a news program that is formatted to feel more relaxed, more conversational, whereas Drew Barrymore's show is very much the opposite. It's a talk show that's formatted to sound more like journalism, but it isn't. It's not journalism at all. So she's kind of getting some heat for this, and there's even a suggestion of people saying, "Hey, don't go on this show. Don't be an audience member on this show. If you do, you're scabbing."
So basically, she's going to have to pull in some of her friends to come on the show.
I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out.
That kind of sucks, though, because I love Drew Barrymore.
Who doesn't love Drew Barrymore? She's America's sweetheart at one point. But I don't know. I don't know how that's going to play out. And I don't even know if I've got all the details right. This is me trying to secondhand remember all of this from watching Under the Desk News talk about this. I just thought it was
like telephone.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Well, I'm probably getting like everything wrong. It's great. But AJ, we're not here to talk about Droop anymore.
No.
Who are we here to talk about today?
Well, we're not talking about a who. What? I mean, I guess we're talking about some who's.
Some who's?
Yeah.
Some who's from Who'sville?
Yeah. We got some who's in this house.
What the fuck? Jesus, Dad.
So, actually, guys, as we mentioned before, this is now spooky season. So, today, we're doing a very spooky 6 degrees.
A very spooky special.
Like a very Brady...
Like a very Brady Christmas.
Yeah, it's spooky season. So, from now until the end of October, whatever holiday that is, I forget.
Valentine's Day.
Is it? Yeah, Valentine's Day, maybe Christmas. Until the end of the spooky season, we are going to be doing a lot of spooky stuff. So today, we're doing our 6 degrees. And if you have not played this game with us yet, today, Sean and I are going to try to match 2 different actors. This time, it is specific to spooky or horror-themed actors. And we're going to match them based on whatever movies that they've been in with other actors to try to get to them. So let's say we were matching, Tom Hanks and Bela Lugosi. We'd have to figure out how to get them. We're not doing that. That'd be fucking awful.
And what AJ means is you have to figure out, okay, so Tom Hanks was in movie X with actor A, and actor A was in movie B with actor C, and you try to link them all together until you get to the other end of your... So it's a 6 degree separation. And of course, many people remember that this game kind of started as a joke with the actor Kevin Bacon, because Kevin Bacon was in so much stuff in the 80s and 90s that people thought, well, you can pretty much link Kevin Bacon to anybody within 6 degrees. Yeah. And then, of course, that just kind of ballooned into trying to connect anybody to anybody within 6 degrees. And so that'll be our challenge today. Now, we do have a specific rule we are following that we've set to ourselves. And that rule is not only do they have to be spooky actors, but for the first actor, the primary that we're trying to link to the next actor, that actor, the first link has to be the film that they were famous for within the spooky realm. Or
a spooky movie.
A spooky movie.
Yeah, it doesn't really have to be the most famous, but you're going to know they were probably only one really famous one with some of these people.
Absolutely. So, like, if we were talking about Jamie Lee Curtis, you'd pretty much have to start with Halloween, or one of the Halloweens that she was in. True Lies was not spooky. It was scary good.
I didn't. I didn't think it was spooky at all. I love Jamie Lee Curtis in that movie.
Of course, especially when she's...
So moving on.
Doing some smiling. Anyway, we love you, Jamie. Come on our podcast.
Yeah. I love your Activia.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
That's why I started eating it, because of her. So AJ, here's my gauntlet for you. You ready?
Okay.
Here we go. I want you to connect Vincent Price.
Yes.
To Robert Englund.
Okay, so that's not a gauntlet for me.
What do you mean that's not a gauntlet for you?
Well, I can do it in like 2.
You've already got to figure the fuck out?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Vincent Price.
Yeah, okay, and
Robert Englund.
And?
So you have Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
And then Vincent Price, who's like the man. I forget his moniker. But, he was
the guy, for people that don't know Vincent Price, the thing that a lot of people will probably remember him from is, if you remember the song Thriller, the guy that comes in that's like, darkness falls across the land. That's actually Vincent Price. Yeah, that's Vincent Price. He was very famous for, I think he played Dracula at one point, if I'm not mistaken. So
we've actually talked about him before on the podcast. When we were talking about Judith Barcy.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So that's Vincent Price. And of course, Robert Englund is famous for playing Freddy Krueger. So AJ, connect these 2 actors.
So you have Vincent Price, who is in Edward Scissorhands with Johnny Depp.
Okay.
And Johnny Depp was in Nightmare on Elm Street. I believe the first and the second and third. I forget how many he's been in there.
I think he died in the first, but
he did die. But his character did come back on like a little spoof thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was on the TV. He's like, "This is your
how the brain." Fuck did I not see that? Like, because that's my favorite Vincent Price film. Is Edward Scissorhands. How the fuck did I not immediately just go, no, that'll be way too easy? Shit.
And for people that are saying that it's not a horror movie, to a kid, Edward Scissorhands can be very scary.
Well, we didn't say horror. We said spooky. And I would say a man created out of nothing with hands that are scissors that is suddenly thrust into the suburban world. And he's also very kind of gothically made up, and it's a Tim Burton movie, for fuck's sake. It's a spooky film. All right, AJ, that was sad. That was sad and pathetic. I'm not happy with how easy I made that for you. So I'm a little worried what you're going to do to me. So let's have it.
I think I'm going to give you Linda Blair, who is most famously known for
for The Exorcist.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing she's fucking known for. God damn it.
All right, so Linda Blair was in The Exorcist, and we're going to talk about a really famous, mostly known for director, but he has acted before too.
Okay.
And he's also a singer. And yeah.
Are you fucking going to make me do this to Rob Zombie? God fucking damn it.
Dracula himself.
Shit.
Get into the 6 degrees and a man to match him in the back of my toasty toast. What the fuck? I'm going to choke.
Okay, hang on. I gotta, that deserves a Kraken.
Kraken.
That deserves a Kraken. Kraken. All right. AJ's new album drops next week.
Yeah. It's called Toasty Toast.
I came out my nose, you son of a bitch. Okay, Linda Blair to Rob. Okay, so was Rob Zombie... Okay, remind me. He was actually in House of a Thousand Corpses,
Yeah, he was actually in that movie.
Okay, I'm going to have to go with that then. All right, so we got to start with Linda Blair in The Exorcist. Okay, so she was in The Exorcist with Ellen Bernstein.
Who?
Ellen Bernstein. She's the older lady. You'd recognize her if you saw her.
Was that her mom?
I think so.
Short hair.
Yes, the short. Yes, the
Who's
short.
Who's going to be in the new one?
She is going to be in the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because she's still around. I think she's like 90 now, but she's still hooking and jabbing. But yeah, she was in The Exorcist with Ellen Bernstein. Ellen was in Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey. She played
the old
daughter, the daughter after she was old. That was Ellen Bernstein. McConaughey was in Amistad with Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, yeah, that was a good movie.
And Anthony Hopkins was in The World's Fastest Indian with Walton Goggins.
Oh, I know.
I was about to say, I think you'll know who Walton Goggins is. Yeah, because he's one of those actors that's in like everything. He's like a Steve Buscemi. But for the clarification for our audience, World's Fastest Indian is not as offensive as it sounds.
No.
It's about a motorcycle.
We have talked about this as well too.
We did talk about the World's Fastest Indian, yes, because it's a great film. Absolutely something to check out.
And Walton Goggins, if you don't know who he is, he's also on the Righteous Gemstones right now.
Yes.
Yeah. So he
plays the older guy. Yeah, that's right. Like, have you been watching that?
I've started.
Oh my god, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
it's I fucking love it. And Walter Goggins was actually in House of a Thousand Corpses with Rob Zombie. So there we go. That was that 5. I don't think we need to do the generator for yours because I think you pretty much nailed it. What did the generator do for me?
Well, I didn't do the generator for you. I just tried to link it myself.
Oh, okay.
I went a whole different route.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go?
I went Rob Zombie was in House of Thousand Corpses with Sid Haig.
Oh, you're working backwards.
Yeah.
All right. Sid Haig, remind me.
He was Captain, what's his name? The clown.
Well, yeah, I mean, what else would I know him from?
That's pretty much the biggest thing you would probably know him from is...
Well, then how the fuck are you going to use him to connect anything?
Because he was in other things. I mean, he was in a bunch of stuff, but if you don't recognize him as Captain Spaulding, you wouldn't recognize him as, like, other things.
You're Captain Spaulding.
Okay. But Sid Haig was also in, Kill Bill.
Okay, there you go. Like, who was he in Kill Bill?
He was just Jay. He was the guy that was behind the bar whenever... remember when he goes in that strip club? and the guy that's behind the bar.
Is this volume 1 or volume 2?
This was in volume 2, I believe, because it's whenever the...
I don't remember volume 2 as well. I remember volume 1 really well, but volume 2 is a little hazy for me. So, okay, anyway.
But basically, he just plays a bartender in there.
Okay, gotcha.
But he was in Kill Bill Part 2 with Vivica A. Fox. Yeah, Vivica A. Fox.
I do know that one.
Was in a little-known movie. I believe it's called Black Limousine. I forgot exactly what the name of the movie is, but... It's very small.
Okay.
But I remember seeing this and be like, oh, that's Vivica A. Fox.
I was about to say.
But she was in...
No Vivica, but I don't think I know that one.
She was in that movie with David Arquette. And David Arquette was in Scream with Linda Blair.
Wait, Linda Blair was in Scream?
Yes, she was.
What?
She was one of the newscasters.
No.
Yes, she was.
That would have been so much fucking easier. Jesus, I was trying to go through Exorcist. I was like, good God, Ellen Burstyn is like the only fucking person in this thing that had a career afterwards. Because hell, no, I'm thinking of the Poltergeist, not Exorcist. Because I was thinking Poltergeist, the little girl.
Like, that's a whole. Didn't she die?
I think so, but that's another story for another podcast,
which we've already kind of talked about. But hey, maybe we can even have a discussion episode on something like that.
Hey, we have a podcast for that. Oh, you're gonna plug in the generator, see how we did. All right, how we do, because they're gonna link it in 2. It always does.
It's fucking crazy. It's like, how did I not see that? I guarantee it's gonna do it in 2.
Oh, I think, and this is gonna be one of those ones where even though it'll do it in 2, I'm not gonna be like, oh gee, why didn't I think of that? No, I don't know Rob Zombie or Linda Blair's catalog enough to be able to do that.
It is 2.
Okay.
And it's fucking stupid that I didn't think about this. I didn't even know that he was in this. Rob Zombie was in Airheads with David Arquette.
What?
I didn't know he was in that movie.
Who was he in Airheads?
I don't know who he was in Airheads, but that's what it's telling me.
Hold on. No. Fuck no. Hold on. Come here, IMDb. We gotta talk.
Come here, IMDb.
We gotta fucking talk. Hold on. Rob Zombie. Let's see here. Rob Zombie.
He sure as hell was. He was just a fucking extra though.
Oh, is that all? Well, that doesn't count. Like we never have established this as a rule, but I think we've kind of established that you have to at least be a speaking role. We don't.
Well, I guess he did speak something in there.
What did he say?
He was Lemmy Kilminster. I'd have to see what he said, but apparently he says something.
Okay, the only people I remember that say anything, because I remember Airheads. I fucking loved that movie as a kid. The only people I remember that said anything were the guys that said, what, you got a photo? What?
No, it's got more now. I did have a photo. He's this guy that's screaming in the audience.
Okay, that was it. That's exactly who I was thinking of, too. There's 3 guys that have speaking roles that aren't part of the main cast, that are kind of way outside of everything. And it's, God, I completely forgot David Arquette was in that too. He was such a weirdo in that movie. It's when people find out that Chaz was a nerd before he became kind of a cool rocker dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the guys in the audience start kind of reaffirming that all of them are like that. So one guy goes, I played D&D too. And another guy that guy said something, and I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And then a third guy goes, I used to masturbate constantly. So I can't remember what that guy says, though. He's the second guy that speaks up. And basically what they're doing is just like saying, hey, Chaz, we're just like you. You don't have to feel ashamed about the fact that you haven't always been a cool rocker. We all had to start somewhere.
And apparently that is Rob Zombie.
I can't believe that was fucking Rob Zombie. I had no idea.
And so if he was in Airheads with David Arquette, it links it to Scream.
It goes right to Scream.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't have even thought about that because I didn't remember him being in that movie.
So we decided for this next segment of 6 Degrees that we're going to torture ourselves because why not? Yeah. So AJ, before I set up the rules for our next segment, who are our 2 new actors that we're going to be working with here?
So we have Warwick Davis, who you will know from Willow, you'll know from Leprechaun. He was also in Harry Potter. And we're also going to be linking him to Mia Jovovich, who was in The Fifth Element, but the scary movie you would know her from probably is going to be Resident Evil.
Okay, so the rules for this round. Or are we sticking to the same rule that we have to start with the spooky film, or can we go anywhere on this round since this is a harder one? This is going to be a harder one. Let's abandon that rule.
No, let's stick with spooky, and if we need to, we'll go back. Let's start down this path and see what the fuck happens.
Okay. All right, we're going to play. we're going to go back and forth, and AJ and I are going to continually pass the baton until we get to Warwick Davis. We're going to see how long it takes us. Because remember, it's not going to be one person trying to create a line to the next actor. It's going to be two of us with our completely separate ideas how to get there. And if we don't work well together, this is going to be a fucking disaster. All right, let's do this. Mila Jovovich was in Resident Evil. I don't remember anybody else from Resident Evil.
Michelle Rodriguez was about it.
Oh, yeah, Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah, I forgot about that.
No, there was a couple people in there.
Okay, no, you gave me that one. That's fine. So I'll let you be the one to start. That's okay. So
it's not the path I would have gone.
Well, too bad. You laid it down. So now you've passed the baton to me. Michelle Rodriguez was in... I want to use... What's that movie we just watched? The D&D movie.
D&D.
Yeah, D&D. She was in that, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to use that because I feel like that's going to get us to Warwick Davis faster. So I'm going to say Michelle Rodriguez was in... Was it just called D&D?
It was called D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I forget. It was like a Thieves or something like that.
Okay, so Michelle Rodriguez was in Dungeons and Dragons.
Honor Among Thieves.
Honor Among Thieves. There we go. Michelle Rodriguez was in Dungeons and Dragons with Chris Pine. Fuck it. I know.
Okay. Then, okay.
I don't know. Okay, it was either him or Hugh Grant that I was going to go with. What do you want from me?
Okay, well, then I'm going to go... Chris Pine was in Unstoppable with Denzel Washington.
Okay. Denzel was in Virtuosity with Russell Crowe.
All right, let's see. Russell Crowe was in The Quick and the Dead with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay, perfect. DiCaprio had to be in something with Val Kilmer. I just got to think.
Or there's someone else that would also link. You could also go the AMC lady.
The AMC lady? Who's the AMC lady? Like the AMC Theaters lady? Who are you talking about? Maria Menounos?
No.
No. Who the hell are you talking about?
The one you usually see in the previews.
Oh.
Because that person was in a movie with Val Kilmer.
Was she in something with Leo?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know of any movies that Leo was in.
I have to keep track of where the fuck we are. Hold on a second.
Right now, you connected to Leo, so I'm trying to get to Val Kilmer through Leo somehow. So I'm trying to think.
You got Leo. Leo's been a wide variety of
Exactly. Shit. Leo's been in all kinds of shit. There's got to be somebody who connects Leo to Kilmer very easily. I don't want to have to make two more steps.
Billy Zane could connect some people.
Yeah, he's been in some shit, but that's the problem. What I'm trying to find is something that Kilmer's been in.
Remember, Leo's been in fucking Titanic, and Titanic had so many people in it.
Oh, totally.
You have Kathy Bates, you have Vincent Garber.
But has Kathy Bates been in something with Val Kilmer? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do this in one step, because DiCaprio to Kilmer, there is I'm just trying to get my brain wrapped around it. There has to be one single person who links Kilmer to DiCaprio. There's no fucking way that there isn't. All right. So Leo was in Don't Look Up, some recent movie. You remember this one? It was the one where like the meteor's coming, but like people are saying don't look up, right? He was in that with Ron Perlman.
Fuck, now I have to figure out Ron Perlman. That's a Val Kilmer, yeah.
I mean, you could also do Ron Perlman to...
Hold on. I got this thing, son of a bitch.
All right. I mean, you could just be a dick and keep it going, too.
No, because you have a whole thing.
I just know there is a link for Kilmer to Perlman, but I don't know if you're going to know this movie, because it wasn't a good movie by any stretch of the imagination, though people still harken back to it as though it was good. I never thought it was very good. I always thought it was just kind of surreal and odd. Jesus, you're
I got it. I got it.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay, I remember this movie now.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What?
I'm assuming you're talking about The Isle of Dr. Moreau.
Holy fuck! I didn't think you'd remember that movie.
Yeah, it was a very weird fucking movie. Because Fariza Bulk was in that, I think, too.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. Like every once in a while too, and I think he did finally pass away. But the little person that was in it, because he was.
Oh, I know who you're talking.
Yeah, because like he was like God, who played Dr. Moreau?
It was Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando, thank you. So Marlon Brando, of course, had this little. This little person that kind of played his, I don't know, sidekick or assistant. I'm not really sure what you call it. But that wasn't any sort of like trickery in camera work. That guy really was that small. He was a very little person. And we need to finish off. Val Kilmer to Warwick.
Yeah, obviously. So yeah, we all know. So we're gonna get Ron Perlman, who was in The Isle of Dr. Moreau with Val Kilmer, and then
Val Kilmer was in Willow with Warwick.
I want to see what the generator says. How close to the generator get? I'm assuming it's very, very short.
Oracle of Bacon, give us your wisdom.
I know what I would have done, and I wonder if it takes this route too. Whenever I put in both of their names, I'm very interested. So Warwick Davis was in Harry Potter with Alan Rickman.
Okay.
Alan Rickman was Hans Gruber in Die Hard with Bruce Willis.
I already see where
Bruce
you're going,
Willis was in Fifth Element with Mila Jovovich.
There you go. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty quick. That's good.
But I mean, I would have had to find a way to link in some other people there if I was just doing it normally. Spooky, it's a little bit harder, but that's how I would have done it myself.
Because I would have preferred to start with Bruce Willis in Fifth Element, but you were like, no, we got to do the horror movie. You said we had to stick to that rule, so I had to start with fucking Michelle Rodriguez.
That's what I'm saying. If we could avoid the horror rule,
You son of a bitch.
I mean, you could have probably linked Michelle Rodriguez to. Yeah, you could have.
Oh yeah, through Fast and the Furious movies, easily.
Yeah, 100%. It has this on here because it doesn't go the spooky route, so it does have a leg up on us. Warwick Davis was in Bray with Thomas Jefferson Bird, who was in He Got Game with Mila Jovovich.
I would never have gotten that. First of all, I don't even remember the movie He Got Game. I remember it being out, but I don't think I ever saw that.
Yeah, if I just would have kept the Harry Potter out, it would have been a lot better, because Gary Oldman was in Harry Potter.
That's true.
And Gary Oldman was in The Fifth Element.
God, that's even shorter, isn't it?
Yeah, that's way shorter.
Wow. That is way shorter. You basically just did it in 2 moves. Wait, hold on. Was Gary Oldman in the same Harry Potter movie as Warwick Davis?
Yes.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't. I watched those movies, but I didn't pay that close of attention. To me, they all kind of just merged together in my head.
He's like a phantom in there, but he is in there. So just to recap on that journey that we just made before we had the generator do what it did, we took a very roundabout way, but we did it with Mila Jovovich being in Resident Evil with Michelle Rodriguez, who is in D&D with Chris Pine, who was in Unstoppable with Denzel Washington, who was in Virtuosity with Russell Crowe, who was in Quick and the Dead with Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio was in Don't Look Up with Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman was in The Isle of Dr. Moreau with Val Kilmer, who was in Willow with Warwick Davis.
How many steps was that? Was that 6?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7.
Nice. Well, if you do want to ever try to link a couple of actors together and have it generated for you, we use the site oracleofbacon.org.
Oracle of Bacon.
It will autofill with Kevin Bacon as the first name, but you don't have to keep that there. You can insert anything you want. You can insert any 2 actors, and it will give you a list. And if you continue to click find a different link, it will continue to find you other links of those 2 actors. And typically, the Oracle of Bacon is able to do it in 1 or 2 moves.
I think I've only ever really seen it get to 3 one time.
And those are probably like super far away actors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably something like from an actor from the 30s to an actor in the,
like
the
Bela
present day.
Lugosi.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Just a reminder for everyone before we close out of this is Spooky Month, and the next episode that we are going to do is going to be a spooky movie. And we're switching it up. We are going to do the newest movie that we have ever done. It's a movie called Knock at the Cabin. It literally premiered this year. So let's see what happens when we do a recent movie.
Well, AJ, thank you for playing along with me here. It's always fun for us to work our brain muscles on a little 6 degrees.
And a little Toasty in here.
Our music is created by Augusto Denise, logo by Design World, mixing and editing by IPTT Studios, and special thanks to studio dog Joe the Boxer.
And we want to hear from you in your own slice of toast. Tell us about the films you think we and others should see, actors to showcase, or topics to discuss. You can reach us on Instagram at IPTT_podcast, email us directly at IPTTpodcast@gmail.com, or interact with us directly through the Spotify app.
And if you ever find yourself playing 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon with your best friend and he's laying names down like Rob Zombie like some sort of psychopath, remember,
you can always get more toast.